Should you decouple at this stage? Now, this is a common question that many of our clients, especially between the age of 40 to 50, ask us. And that is because they have already owned their property for a couple of years and they're considering whether to sell, decouple, or to just rent it out. So these are a few things that we consider when we want to advise our clients on decoupling. Number one, we look at your numbers, your age, your income, your CPF usage for the property, and also your outstanding loan. Why? Because all these numbers will affect, firstly, the property that you're decoupling. How much money can you get out of it? Secondly, how much money are you going to put into the property after you decouple? And thirdly, what can you purchase? Can you buy something meaningful after you do the decoupling? The other numbers that we also look at is also the percentage of shares. So for example, if you purchased it under joint ownership, this means that your partner and yourself each own 50%. So when you decouple, that's a lot of cash, maybe a lot of CPF that you have to put back into each other's accounts. So it may not make sense for you to decouple. However, if you have a smaller percentage, for example, your partner has 99%, you have 1%, or your partner has 90% and you 10%, it may make sense for you to decouple at this stage. Now, the second thing that we look at would be lifestyle. This is a question that many people missed out on, but we find it very crucial. So some of the questions that we ask are, what do you see for yourselves in the next few years? Do you plan to retire? Do you plan to stop working for a period of time to take care of your kids? Or even to start a new business? So all these decisions will actually have an impact on whether decoupling makes sense for you at this stage, or should you sell and buy something else that may help you in your next stage of life. So the last thing we look at is actually property appreciation. So one of the things that we want to consider is, has this property already appreciated in the last few years? Have you gained meaningful profits from it? Then the second thing is, what about the next few years? In the next 1 to 3 years, will there be high potential for growth? So especially if your property is in a high potential growth area, then we would encourage you to decouple and not to sell the property for the time being, because the huge jump in terms of pricing is coming soon. Now, if you'd like to find out more about decoupling, feel free to contact the Property Runway. See you soon!